my name is Tucker, and today is day one of training for a triathlon. Last year I did my first Olympic triathlon, but to be completely honest, I really more survived it than I actually raced it. I didn't understand training, consistency, pacing, nutrition, and most importantly, I underestimated how hard the sport actually is. I finished, but I walked away knowing that I left a lot on the table. So this year, I signed up for the same race because I want to do it again, but do it right. The goal of today is simple. It's to establish a starting point. In this video, you'll see me do a swim, a bike, and a run. Not a race, not all out, but just at controlled efforts with a steady heart rate to establish my starting point, and everything else you see going forward will be building off of this point here. All right, we're changed. We're ready to head over to the gym. We're gonna do a body scan that'll tell us about body fat percentage and other information about my health and body. And then we're gonna do a 400-yard swim with low controlled effort, and we'll get into all the stats at the end. Next is the bike. We're gonna do 10 miles in zone 2 and 3. This was the part of the race last year where I felt like I did the worst. So let's get into it. We'll see the stats after. Okay, now that we're done with the bike, we've done the swim and the bike, we're gonna head down to the beach. We're gonna do a 5K run just right along the beach. It's a little overcast today, a little windy, but it'll be good to get a workout in. We're gonna try and keep our heart rate in zone 3 the whole time. Realistically, it'll probably be on the edge of zone 3, maybe into zone 4 for a few seconds, but I'm gonna try and keep my heart rate around there. And then my goal pace is probably around 10:30, 10:45 realistically. We'll see how it goes. It'll be a good workout. swim, the bike, and the run are all done. Now let's get in the data and see what it shows. The swimming feels controlled. The bike is definitely still my weakest part, and when I'm running, my heart rate spikes way too fast. I want to get into all the details, all the data, and see what's going on under the surface. So before increasing my training volume, I did an InBody scan, which is going to show me all the details about my current fitness baseline. Right now I weigh 144.4 pounds, and being lighter can help my efficiency, but only if you're strong enough to support the load. My skeletal mass is 69.7 pounds, which is going to produce power during all 3 events, and also it's going to help me stay injury resilient as I increase my mileage over time. My body fat percentage right now is 15.3%, which is a healthy athletic range. I'm not trying to get totally shredded because actually having that fat can help with long endurance training and also in recovery. My visceral fat level is 3, which is pretty low, and tells us the fat that's around our organs, which can show long-term health benefits and your cardiovascular health. My total body water was 40.5 liters, and one thing that's important to know is that this test can vary from day to day. Timing, how much I drank, how much I ate, things like that can all fluctuate. So this is just one day, but it's definitely changing over time. One thing that I found fascinating about this analysis was that my arms and legs are pretty balanced. That also shows my trunk, which is my core strength, and that's going to be pivotal and important during these long races because you just produce so much power from your core. So overall, I'm starting from a pretty healthy, balanced fitness level. This isn't going to be about me going from out of shape to extremely fit, but more so going from recreational and average kind of guy fitness to structured endurance training fit, and I'll do this scan over time as much as I can within reason to see how my body changes and what happens. We'll see together. All right, for the swim, as you can see, I did 400 yards. My pace was 1 minute, 42 seconds. A little bit of background for you watching. I did do a little bit of water polo for 1 year in high school, lifeguarded for a few years at a local lake by my house. I've always been kind of a natural good swimmer, but I never had proper fundamentals or foundations. So with this pace, I was really happy with. I'm hoping I can honestly stay around here for when I do the Olympic triathlon. If I do get faster, I'll be really happy with that. But if not, this is a really good, happy place to be at. One thing of note with the swim, my heart rate on here says it was 145 to 155. Also can be really hard to track while swimming, moving around in and out of the water with because I just tracked it with my Garmin watch. Zone 3, Zone 2, and Zone 3 I'm really happy with. Nothing too substantial there. So for my bike, like I said, I did 10 miles, the edge of Zone 2, lower part of Zone 3, and did that pretty well, kept that goal. My heart rate was just around 142 with a total elevation gain of only 120 feet, so not much at all. My average watts, not great, just 93 watts. Definitely something I'm going to want to work on and track and improve over time. And then my average miles per hour was 16.5 miles an hour. Definitely want to get that up for the race, hoping to be around 18 to 20. And if I can be better than that, that would be awesome. One thing I was thinking about during the bike segment was keeping my cadence up, and my average cadence was 75 RPMs, so I'm happy with that number. I want to be anywhere above 70 RPMs, likely hoping to be more around 80, so 75 is a good starting point. And the last event that I did was the run, 5K, 3.3 miles I ended up doing, average pace 11:19. I was hoping for 10:45 to 11 minutes, did not meet that goal, so just hoping to improve over time. Not too stressed about it right now, just that's my baseline, that's where I'm starting my fitness level, so we'll go from there. Some other things to point out about that run, my average heart rate was 162. Over time, my heart rate kept going up higher per mile and my pace down per mile, which is exactly what I expected. So not too bummed about it, but in that last mile, last half mile or so, my heart rate kept going up. I think the highest I got was around 172, which is not great. I think my zone 4 starts around 170 beats per minute. One other thing I was focusing on during this run was my cadence. My cadence was 161, 162 on average, but I'm hoping to be more up around 165, 170 on race day and as my training and mileage increase. So that's the baseline. Numbers are pretty simple. Average swim pace, mediocre bike, and mediocre run. My body composition, pretty standard. Nothing elite, nothing crazy, just a starting point and baseline to build on from here. Over the next few months, the goal is to see how consistent training and a structured plan changes my fitness over time. And the best way to see that is through the data. If you're interested in following along in this progress, hopefully making sure that these numbers go in the right direction, my times improve, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to see more tests and more updates as my training goes along. And one thing I really want from this channel is feedback. I'm new to the triathlon world, So any feedback is important to me. If you're telling me I should focus on these metrics more or not focus on these metrics, include this in my training and don't include this, I'm open to all feedback. So just let me know what you think I should do below. This is episode 1, the baseline, and all the work starts now. See you in the next video.